All right, so let's start. Welcome everybody. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me well. If so, please write something in the chat. Maybe yes, or even better, you can write where you're from. So which country, which city, you can simply write, and then we will see if everything is all right regarding the connection. So I guess everybody has some experience with the Zoom platform. Just a quick reminder, you have the chat option for comments. You can also write your questions as well in the question and answer section. Yes, I see already people are using the chat. All right. So let's see where you're from. So I see we have a couple participants from all right. Indonesia. Hello, Ibrahim. Nice to see you again. All right. So Jakarta, Kuwait. Great. Iqbal. Hi, Iqbal. Good to see you again. Yes, Philippines, Malaysia. Great. So, and Cyprus. All right. Cyprus also good. So we can start then. So on behalf of our team and our company, I would like to welcome everyone on our regular series of webinars on the automation topics. For those who are joining for the very first time, I would like to say that we're organizing interesting events, often focusing on automation and anything related to it. My name is Igor. I'm the Business Development Director for Southeast Asia region, and I will be the host and the speaker today. Together with me, we have our team that will facilitate the event, and they will help me answer all your questions in the question and answer section. I see we have around 40 participants. All right, 45. That's, I believe, about 30% more than we had at the last event. So it's a great sign. Okay, so let's start then. Let's look at our today's agenda. We will have a short presentation about our company, about our experience. We will discuss and share what are the most common challenges that we face and our partners, our end users are facing in today's difficult, challenging world in automation, as well as we will look at a couple important trends that we observed over the years. We will look into a new approach for automation, to be exact, the so-called low-code, no-code approach, and we will offer a live demo just for your better understanding. We will share also a few success stories and discuss new ways for value-added creation. You will have the possibility to ask questions, of course, during the entire session. My team will help me answer them, and of course, at the end, we can select couple questions if you have enough time. All right. So, who are we? Our company is Elcomplus. We were founded in 1994. And we are always developing and discovering new directions for growth and improvement. We have been successfully operating on international market in around 85 countries right now. In some regions, we have our offices or representations. In others, we have strong strategic partners. We're a company that is constantly evolving and looking for new opportunities. However, we always stayed loyal to the three main directions, which are design and integration of automation SCADA systems, design and integration of radio communication systems, and last but not least is our own software solutions development, which helps us and enables us to successfully implement the very first 2 points. So here are a few examples of where and how we are represented. It is important to mention that we have been Motorola Solutions official partner for about 25 years now. Together, we are closely collaborating on several projects, including digital mobile radio software development. Exactly this solution was successfully implemented at Freeport-McMoRan in Indonesia, a project a couple years back it happened. We have, I believe, around 7,000 users that are daily using our solution. Our other significant and interesting projects in the region are Veda Bay Nickel in Indonesia, Vietnamese police using, I believe, 3,000 users are also using our solution. Right. So if regarding the experience, right, and the expertise that we have in different industries, and here I would like to see your participation. If you could write also in your chat, what industry are you most experienced in? What is your main, let's say, line in your industry? For us, I can say that almost all. Right, depending on the complexity, of course, but again, over the years we have accumulated enough experience from our projects, from the projects combined with our partners in any major developed or developing industry. Both our company and our system integrator partners have been using different solutions in automation, both software and hardware, from Honeywell, Siemens, Schneider Electric, Wonderware. So if let me quickly open the chat and see. All right, so utilities, right, local government. Right, we have, I believe, some participants from oil and gas as well, chemical and petrochemical. All right, so it should be an interesting discussion. So let's move forward. If we're talking again about our experience, we have been operating as system integrators in automation for over 26 years, and in a way we have a lot in common with you all independently where we operate. So the challenges that we face based on our experience are similar to the ones our partner face all around the world. And the Southeast Asia region is no exception when we talk about the pandemic and all the restrictions we face. We all can observe a certain decline in number of projects in both government and private sector. We can observe a decrease in available budget even sometimes, and of course the general demand in automation sometimes is also in question. With the pandemic, of course, we are working more remotely. So remote work is restricting us from constant customer visits, which of course increases the time we spend on each project separately. So time-consuming projects are a big question here. On top of all this, the automation cost itself is increasing. It starts, of course, with the license cost and development cost, but also the customization, right? So the last mile after we present the project to the end user. So this element is pushing us to rethink the whole concept of how to run the business to have a successful business, and it is relevant for all industries from what we have seen, starting with the oil and gas and utilities and even infrastructure automation. There are, of course, additional pitfalls or rather hidden elements of sometimes unnecessary components, such as separate licenses for developers, right? Compulsory upgrades that solution providers require. So the same old style of licensing approach where cost increases every time when a certain element is changing. For example, tags or each workstation, each user is always licensed separately. So this is what we consider the opposite of transparency. And it makes it harder for us as system integrators to fully operate, to be again successful. So it all brings us to the question, does automation remain profitable, right? And if we talk about this list of challenges, unfortunately, there is no magic pill that would solve all these problems, right? However, what we have seen that there are always ways to accomplish your goals by accepting and embracing the change. What we're looking for specifically is simplification. How to shorten the business cycle, how to raise profitability, how to make it faster, how to efficiently allocate your resources. So how exactly can we achieve it, right? Or at least start with the first one, with simplification. And exactly about simplification and decision making. I have a quick question for you in our polls. Let me show it on the screen. I hope you can see it, right? So using the selection buttons, can you please answer this question? What is the main criteria for you as system integrator when you choose your SCADA solution provider? Is it experience, familiarity with the system? Is it budget, or maybe the functionality? So it's important, of course, to understand that each industry is slightly different, each region is different. But again, it's important to see the crucial reasons why you decide to offer and to use a certain vendor over others. We will not call names. So let's see the answers. Let's see how many answers we have. All right. So as you could see on your screens, again, most of you have voted for the budget, for the easy customization and functionality, which basically is something that we see as well, right? So based on our experience, we see that these items are all important, and sometimes it's a combination of these elements, sometimes it's one separately. And when we talk about automation and using SCADA system, we all know the reality. It cannot be simplified overnight, right? And it starts all with small steps, and sometimes the answers are right in front of us, but it's important to know where to look for and what to look for. So if we select specifically IT sector, right? So let's look at IT for a second. The trends that we observed and we have seen over the years are all focused on making making it all quicker and keeping it efficient. So this is the main idea, and having a set of tools that would enable you to create and to work smoothly was long implemented in different fields, specifically in IT. So for example, there is one no-code platform that we all use every day and had no idea that it falls into the category of no-code, which is called Excel. So basically, Excel makes it possible to simplify work with databases and have certain automatic calculations without programming knowledge, right? So no coding. Another relative new low-code, no-code idea is already gaining popularity is the website creator. So many of you, of course, know how difficult and how expensive it was to create your own website even 5 years ago, right? And now you can get a set of tools. You can get a template that enables you to create and customize your website within days. And of course, it's quick and relatively cheap. Graphic editors also is a great example. You do not require coding anymore for this tool. So generally, the term of no code and low code refers to a system of productivity tools. It's basically platforms like Notion and Retool that are great examples. So the idea is to make applications that traditionally have an extensive amount of developer time into those that require very little to no developer time to implement, right? So all this makes it efficient and helps us to rearrange sometimes the business model, maybe even raises interest in cross-industry business opportunities. We have an automation partner working mainly in utilities and recently started working in building management system. So why not use their experience? So as you could see on your screen, few respected sources underline the importance of using these tools, the low code and no code platforms like Forbes, Gartner, McKinsey Quarterly. So the question is, why not use the no code, low code solutions in automation, right? So why not use it? The answer is simple. Let's use it, but how? Right? So how exactly can it be used? Is it as simple as it sounds? Is it as simple as using drag and drop tools and plug and play technology, using templates? Our answer is yes. It can make our life so much easier using the same resources to improve your efficiency. When you have it simplified and when you have it automated, you can basically develop projects quicker and decrease cost significantly. Creating personalized dashboards becomes more fun. Visual interface that can be customized easily and quickly. It is certainly adding to your customer satisfaction. Project scaling becomes a really profitable option when you use no code and low code tools. In the past we had examples where scaling was relatively unprofitable due to the complexity of the end user requirements and the low budgets from the end user, right? So traditional SCADA solutions, which we used, did not provide enough flexibility for those projects, for those cases. And on the other hand, the no-code solutions that we started applying changed our approach, right? And since it provided a different solution in terms of cost, in terms of speed and quickness, so it was much more flexible. So I have another question for you. Let me open it right here. Right. So if we talk about experience, your specific experience, what is your experience with the low code, no code solutions? Right. I hope you can see it on your screen, so you can use the voting buttons. It is again important to see the tendency. We have asked this very same question, I believe 4 or 5 months ago in our previous webinars, trying to have to have some perspective and some additional ideas. So let's see what are the answers. Okay, votes are keep coming. Okay, a couple more seconds then. All right, so looks like we have a leader, but it's always jumping. So let's see. All right, I hope you can see the screen. So from what we see, right? So slight advantage, slight difference here is the group of our colleagues that have answered no, since you have no experience yet. But the fact that there is already about 27-30% of attendees who have tried it and have experience, and around 33% that heard of it but never tried is still a positive sign. So the tendency is that more and more people hear about it, and they have the possibility to use it on daily basis. All right, so let's try to understand better how then low code and no code solutions are enabling us to increase our business opportunities. So let's have a look at it. So what I would like to do right now. Okay, 1 second. Yes, I would like to quickly demonstrate in a live demo how exactly does it look like. So let me quickly change my screen, and I will be showing you. All right. So from what you know, the traditional SCADA systems that usually have graphic editor option to create and edit Nemo schemes manually to add tags, for example, for visualization. So it always needs programming. It always needs scripting to set up the logic, and it usually takes a long time and many resources, especially that each SCADA system has its own specific feature. In no code and low code system, it is all simplified and much more time efficient. All you need is basically to select a certain widget and require the parameters. So on the screen here, you could see how easy it is to add a certain widget, to link it to a parameter, and voila, magic happens, right? So you have the possibility to drag and drop, so you can modify the location of any widget, moving it left and right, and of course you can edit the widget from the widget library. So it seems all very easy, very let's say efficient if we talk about again resources. All right, so let's try to add yes, again, so you could see that you could scale and increase, decrease, zoom in, zoom out the screen, which provides again flexibility for the dashboard. If we are trying to, for example, add a card completely from scratch, right, you could again drag and drop a certain widget from one card to another. So let's try to change it in size. Let's try to change it in size, and let's try to add a new widget. And again, you have the library, you choose what kind of widget you select, and you link it with the parameter, right? So it is indeed as easy as it looks. So again, no scripting and no coding, no let's say possibility for human error when we link the parameters manually, right? So it can all change the layouts and provide you additional features. What other interesting option the low code and no code offers is a certain card image card uploading option. So if we're talking about uploading three-dimensional graphs, let's see here on the screen the example, we can upload even two-dimensional graphs, right? So these are any vector images that could be added to your system. So you can see that you can scale it, you can zoom in, zoom out, and on top of each Nemo scheme, sorry, you can still add different widgets. So in a way, you are visualizing what you have on your screen, and you are linking it with the parameters, right? So here's another example how you add it, you customize it depending on what you or your end user would like to see. And the same with the two-dimensional graph that we added, right? So you can easily create, you can increase, decrease the size and use it. It is also important to say that you can create any images, any graphs, any schemes in other image editors, and then you can of course upload it later to these low code, no code platforms. So it does provide, you know, a certain level of flexibility. So a lot of these functions that we have seen until now, these are let's say common for many low code, no code solutions, SCADA and HMI solutions. So what I would like to show you right now is a feature that is absolutely let's say unique when we talk about the specific no-code solution that we'll talk a bit later if we have time today. So it's specifically the dashboard creation. So If we would like to, of course, add a new device, like you could see on the screen, for example, we're using some demo devices right now, just for the simplicity. So let's add, for example, one device. It takes, after saving, it takes, I believe, 1 second just to come online. So what happens, it is that it already has all the discrete parameters and all the analog parameters already linked. So this is the specific advantage of the solution that you could see on the screen. And of course, you can modify the information, the parameter name, the lows and the highs. All this is in a way very easy to customize. So another big advantage of this specific solution is that once you add the device, right, you can immediately create the dashboard, right? So of course you have the option to select what kind of additional parameters and widgets you would have, but basically with one click, real magic, the dashboard is created, right? So we create the dashboard, and now let's move to it. As you remember, the previous dashboard was 006, this one is 007. So as easy as it looks on the screen, so basically in 1 minute you connect the device, and then you create the dashboard 007, for example. If we're talking about a larger amount of devices, right, and in most of your cases and projects you have this requirement where you spend enormous amount of time and resources to manually link every device, this specific solution provides the possibility to copy an existing already device. So let's say we have 10 devices that are similar to the ones already connected. So you copy it, you save, and basically, yes, we save, and basically in 1 second, the devices are connected and running online. And again, you could see that the dashboards, they are created automatically, right? So since we copied the demo 006, now we have another 10 devices copying absolutely all the parameters, even the images and the graphs and the mnemo schemes that we had on the previous one. And of course, you can customize it. Of course, you can add something. Of course, you could, delete. And now imagine if you have 100 devices. Imagine if you have 200 devices. So basically, again, doing it much quicker, much more efficient. So it looks easy, and believe me, it is very easy, right? So doing it in a traditional SCADA, it would have taken us probably weeks or maybe months to fully create it. Let me quickly demonstrate you couple additional features. For example, the events. Oh yes, about the diagnostics. I just forgot to say, anytime a new dashboard is created, it is automatically populated on the diagnostics dashboard. So this is in a way the main dispatcher screen that would automatically populate all the dashboards created. So this is again a very unique solution for this specific no-code SCADA. So going into the event log, you could see that everything is automatically saved, and it could be filtered by periods of time, by different parameters, and of course uploaded. We have another interesting option here, the trend lines, which again are very easy to use. Let's choose a couple additional parameters, and you could see we refresh it, and of course you have all the data for a given time in order to follow a specific trend. You can select a specific time timestamp, and then you would have all the information populated. So this is in a way very useful, and not all the traditional SCADA solutions they do not provide it. And of course for the end user and for the system integrator, it is all very interesting. Another feature that I would like to show you is that we have several color schemes, right? So you could make it again darker. You could make it in a different color, and again all the widgets, they slightly change. So the style is changing, again, it depends on the end user, whichever they would like to see, right? So even yeah, let's move back to our preferred one. This is my favorite one. Quickly, what I would like to show you again, if we have the question of roles and the question of rights, how to set them up, it is again very easy in terms of setting up rights, basically checking the boxes, right? So you could extend or restrict certain rights for a certain administrator or user. At the same time, you could even create or copy new users, right? So let's create one, and we set up certain password, and we select the set of rights. This is again very easy to do, very flexible in terms of customer satisfaction, and of course the time and the energy that you spend as a system integrator. Let me quickly show you just a couple examples of other dashboards where of course we have from our previous projects and the projects of our customers, partners, sorry. So you could see different examples from different cases in different industries. For example, the gas detection, right? Or we have also the gas valve platform, which besides the mnemo scheme, you could even have monitoring and control buttons as well. But again, my favorite one is the water treatment. It looks very easy to use and very acceptable for the end user. So what? Let's get back to our presentation. All right. So if the demo was again interesting and something new for you to see, I would like to share even some additional information. The success cases where this specific low code, no code was used. The first example that we applied the no code is the hospital chain for an entire country, right? So 130 hospitals, which had one big problem. So the power outages were a common thing, and we needed a way to quickly alert the important events. And it was especially relevant with the current situation and with the vaccines and the medical equipment that was used over the last couple of years. So it was a crucial project and a crucial problem that was solved. So what we decided that we'll use a no-code solution where again the main advantage is easy connection of a large amount of distributed locations and equipments. 130 hospitals, again connecting all these devices into one system. It was relatively easy and fast using a no code. With the traditional solution that we used over the years, it would have been much harder in terms of time and of course cost. And when we talk cost, again the solution was so much more profitable for us that it provided a certain competitive advantage that we used in the government tender. Right, so using it for a large amount of distributed locations is one of the main advantages. Here are the controlled parameters. I believe there were around 13,000 for this case. So the architecture is very flexible and transparent. What we did, we used just one server to gather data and offer access to all the users via browser, right? So most importantly, it was quick, and we managed to get additional value by using the no-code, low-code solution that we selected. And again, most of the heavy lifting was done in the field, right? So at the controllers and RTU state. But again, after this, the dashboard creation that you could see in the live demo, it was a piece of cake. It was very easy to duplicate the devices that are similar, and then the dashboard was automatically created for this project. So we found it very useful in terms of manpower and in terms of cost as well. So we didn't even want to to compare it to the traditional SCADA because again of the complexity and importance of this project. Here is how the dashboard looked like. So what we did, we added an image of the map. We situated all the hospitals and all the locations, and we linked them to live widgets. So allowing the user to instantly jump to the alarm if something is is blinking, something is alarming. So then the user could see the exact parameter, the exact data that has gone, let's say, wrong, and then of course they had the possibility to jump to the next screen and to identify what exactly has to be fixed. So it looks very simple, and the user and the end user appreciated the simplicity of it, especially that in the background all the data was visible and collected in a reliable way in a central location. So the main problem was again the immediate alerts in a centralized location, and the customer satisfaction, of course, was at its highest after we provided the solution. Another great example where a no-code SCADA solution was used to automate the system of controlling the pumping stations was water supply. For water supply. Again, it was a large amount of distributed objects, so 186, and it was a perfect fit again for the no-code solution. Easily adding the devices, a large amount of devices, and creating dashboards, it was one of the main reasons why again we turned to the no-code solution for this case. If we compared to the traditional SCADA, we could see that it was approximately 3 times faster in terms of development, and in terms of cost, almost double the cost against the traditional SCADA. Right. So here's the architecture. Again, very flexible and very easy to install. Gathering data from this large amount of devices and easily setting up the dashboards, as you could see in the demo, was very. It was basically an easy task for the no-code solution. And again, using a traditional SCADA would have been much more complex and much more, let's say, time inefficient for us as the system integrator and for the end user, especially considering the testing phase for such a large amount of devices. Since the no-code solution that we used has automated steps, so no testing was required, and no element of human error that unfortunately sometimes happens. So here are the dashboard, right? So again, we uploaded Nemo schemes, which we simply get it from the end user, where we could draw in different graph editors. And for the traditional SCADA, when we compared, it would have been, let's say, much more time consuming, probably a month to create, the entire plan to have it very detailed and setting up the logic. With the solution that we applied, we could upload simply the image and create the dashboard using the automated interface builder that you could see a couple minutes ago. So besides, it was easy to read and no disturbing colors, which improved the reaction time. So this was especially appreciated by the end user. So this is like a new trend that we observe in the automation. The situational awareness, where less colors bring to the dispatcher's attention and improves reaction time. So the large amount of devices is one of the best use cases for no-code and low-code SCADA solutions. Few other areas and examples that that we could see that it is already being used and it still has a great potential. For example, smart irrigation. It's a perfect example where automation is becoming relevant and would provide many opportunities for system integrators. So collecting data from distributed devices across a big area is what no code does best. Smart buildings and heating, ventilation, and air conditioning is already a segment that becomes a very hot topic. Even a substation monitoring is a viable option to implement low-code solutions for automation purposes on HMI panels. We even have a few projects in the pipeline, both us and our partners, for the food industry, where again there is a distributed a big amount of distributed plants and requires monitoring and a certain control. I believe most of you had in the past projects where large amounts of distributed units were used, and of course you spent enormous time in terms of programming and scripting each widget separately, connecting it. So what I believe is that using a no code for those cases would have been much more let's say efficient for you and of course for the end user. If we talk about another important aspect of low code, no code SCADA, it's the web technology that lies at its foundation. So what we discovered that even for existing SCADA, we can offer something new and unique. For example, in the gas extraction and transportation case, the end user was already using their SCADA for many years. However, they had no web access, right? So what we did, we proposed that we can make it relatively quick, easy, and of course, within the limits of the budget for the end user. So what we did, we decided that the system will collect data from the existing SCADA and in a way create a web server, a web portal and again offer access, online access to the users for the requested information. So the automated interface builder allows us again to easily create the dashboard that is specifically required and to be customized by the end user requirement. If we continue with this case, so the web portal allows different teams and different departments to access data that was not easily offered by previous SCADA system. So collecting and sorting data by demand is one great advantage of the web portal. So different sites could even access data from other locations if the user, of course, was given the rights and permissions for this system. This allowed us to go to the customers that already have existing SCADA in place and offer new possibilities. The web portal is the case where the additional value added is created. So after this case, we started, talking to our partners, to our end users, and it looked like more end users require this option, specifically that they sometimes don't even know about this additional possibility. Right. So on your screen, you could see the architecture. Again, it's very easy for you. We copied and replicated and sorted the data from an existing SCADA system and offered it through web access to different departments for this specific case. An example of the dashboard, very simplistic yet very efficient. So in a way, the web portal replicated data, but also it offered additional options of calculations and monitoring of additional parameters. So our partners specifically highlighted how relevant it is for the end user. So having this additional calculations using, let's say, supplementary, right, secondary web SCADA that we offered was absolutely a new offer, a new trend on the market. So here is again the value for that was discovered for system integrators and for the end users as well. So in a way, just to quickly summarize, this part, the web portal is an option to add to the existing SCADA and literally increase the quality of process data. So sort of additional analytics and data management is in centralized locations for senior management or for different maintenance teams. So the key indicators that are gathered by existing SCADA do not always have these analytic capabilities. So we had the case where updating an existing SCADA was much more expensive for the end user. So again, due to the lower budget, we had to offer a new solution, and the web SCADA, the web portal option, could provide the solution. And again, this analytics and additional calculations, this is in a way important steps for the transition to Industry 4.0, which all of you know is the current hot topic. So generally speaking, the web portal application has a great future based on our experience and our partners' experience all around the world. So independently on industry and project complexity, that there is always possibility where low code, no code solutions can be applied. So if we are doing it, so can you. Don't you agree? So I have here another question for you regarding this specific web access option. Let me pose the question to your screens. So how often do you receive web access, web portal automation requests? It's important again to see how relevant it is for each market, for each industry. We see again that there is a trend that the number is increasing year by year, but again, it all depends on us, the system integrators, to properly even offer these additional options. All right, so here are some votes. Let's see the answers. Let me pause them for you. So as I see, of course, there are requests, right? So it could be, from 1 to 5 or even more. But of course, there are, I believe, representatives of different industries or regions where not yet web access and web portal is a required, let's say, feature. But again, as I said, it all depends on us, the system integrators, to offer this additional features for the end user. All right, thank you for everybody who voted. So let's move on. We have just a couple slides left. So better to compare, right? So it's all relevant. But again, if you see a quick comparison between traditional SCADA systems and low code, no code solutions. So what we highlighted are two main elements: time and cost. So time of learning the system, time of using and applying it, time of developing projects. All these are done much quicker and much faster using low code, no code solutions, right? And same we can say about cost. Customization is sometimes very high in cost, especially, as I said, the last mile when you develop a project and you offer it to the end user, and you constantly have to send your engineers in order to change it a little bit, customize it if something is not suitable. So all this is increasing day by day. And again, the low code, no code solution, as you could see, the dashboards are easily accessible, easily customizable. So in a way, the level of flexibility is much higher. And if we stay a little bit on this topic of cost, the software part of the projects, It is usually divided and consists of two main elements. So the licensing and labor cost. So the licensing, as you could see again, the comparison, the licensing using no code is usually lower, is usually, let's say, more accessible than the traditional SCADA, or at least it's not more expensive. Let's put it this way. The second element, which is again a big one, is the labor cost. So the cost of your engineers, the working hours of your team for the low code solutions is always a big advantage. Why? Because there is no coding, there is no scripting, so speed is increasing. Engineers can move to the next projects faster, so you as system integrators, you have additional competitive advantage. Just imagine if your team is developing a project 4 times faster, or imagine creating the layouts 3 times faster. You could see how the dashboards are quickly created. So speed is the name of the game in these comparisons. So this is again a certain competitive advantage that you as system integrators can get in any given project. So based on our experience, based on the experience that our partners shared with us, usually the software cost is decreasing at least by 50% if no code is used. And of course, it is the projects are developed much faster. Okay, so next slide. So the question is, how did we come to this solution, right? So for many years, we used many solutions, like I said, Siemens, Emerson, Honeywell, both software and hardware. So those as you know, are not cheap solutions, and with the constantly growing costs for these solutions and additional support features that are required, for example, developer license. So even the licensing policy was not very transparent, right? So it was either tag based or user based. So anytime we increased the elements, the cost would simply go high. So at the same time, what we have seen that, of course, the competition day by day was getting tougher and tougher in each market. So for us it was same for you. The main component is, of course, the budget, the price. When deciding about a certain solution, right? And it was very challenging at some point to find the best solution depending on the case. So we came up to the situation where we had experience already in product and software development. So we decided, why not create our own solution, right? So with the main idea to be different and to be efficient for any system integrator. So we used our experience, and we made large market research and investigations. So the main trends was, of course, the low code, no code solutions in other areas. For example, IT, as we discussed, the websites, the business analytics. In automation, nothing similar was yet done, right? And we decided that we can take advantage of our experience. We can take advantage of the situation on the market. So we created this unique product, a no-code, low-code based SCADA solution. We tried and we succeeded, and we came to the conclusion that we can basically share it with other system integrators and offer it on the international market, and offer let's say the advantages that we have in our region to our other system integrators. So this is how we came with the offer, with the idea of SmartICS, which is a smart industrial control system. It's a completely different approach in many ways. So we're sharing the lessons that we learned. We're sharing with every system integrator. So what are the exact advantages and features? As you might guess, it's a no-code solution, right? So it's done on a no-code platform. It's easy to learn, easy to adapt. for your automation. So no need for scripting or programming. Second important feature is the web access. So the possibility to access data from any device, from any location. It could be even a mobile or a tablet, just using a regular browser. So this option creates new value for system integrator. Same as our company. We tried try your previous end users where the existing SCADA system has no web access. So again, it's one important and very interesting topic, the web portal, as we discussed. The third feature, which is again very unique, is the licensing policy. As most of you know, especially in your regions, the licenses are tag based. Or sometimes even user based. So what we decided here that our solution would be completely different. So we only license the amount of connected devices to the server. So we offer unlimited tags for these specific devices. So if we quickly compare the traditional, the classic SCADA solution, you could see that again, because it's a no-code solution, there is no need for programmer license, right? So this development environment is not needed. In terms of time, again, it's much quicker, and the devices that are licensed are offered again, are able to to offer unlimited tags, unlimited users and workstations, and you could see how easy it is to create the users in the solution that we showed. So this basically underlines the full transparency for a system integrator and for the end user. If you know at the beginning of the project what exactly is being licensed and why. Here we have a quick comparison for you, just for better understanding. If for example we talk about a case where many let's say sensors and data transmitters are connected in one PLC, right, or one RTU, and this device is connected to the SmartICS server, then it does count as one license for one device. Right, so you could have, for example, 100 different sensors collecting a large amount of data, and but again, since it is connected to one controller, you are licensed just for one device and offered unlimited tags. The second example on the screen, you could see again an example where certain amount of sensors and certain amount of controllers are connected specifically to the SmartICS server. And again, in this case, the connected devices are calculated when we talk about the licensing policy, right? So in a way, it is very, again, transparent, because you know what is licensed, and the cost simply does not increase above this. So as a summary, or for you and for us also to better understand how and where generally low-code, no-code solutions, and particularly SmartICS, could be used. As we discussed, the first important part is the large amount of distributed devices in one area, like the hospital that we showed. So combining everything in one single network, this is the idea. So the more, the better. Working with the existing SCADA, this is the second feature. So you connect to an existing system. It could be multiple systems, and offer additional functionality in terms of data analytics, in terms of calculations, and of course it is coming as a new value for the end user and for the system integrator. And the third important element and idea how SmartICS is very advantageous is the scaling. So scaling is very easy because again of the automated interface builder. So adding devices, as you could see in the demo, is very quick. Creating dashboards, it's automated, and again you have a clear licensing approach. So the customization is done much more efficiently, and it is easy for you and easy for the end user. So this unique feature that no other, even no code platform has, only SmartICS at the moment offers the automated interface builder with automatic dashboard creation. So in a nutshell, these are the main, let's say, best case, best use scenarios where low code, no code solutions could be used, and specifically our solution called SmartICS. Of course, we keep developing the solution and we keep adding new functionality. And as you might know, we have it's a series of webinars. So in the upcoming months, we will have new options and new functionality will be shared with you and discussed. So let's at this part we have, let's say, finalized the official part of the presentation. We're running out a bit of time, but I will try to select couple of questions that we see in our chat, of course. And let's see. So I see. Yes, the questions, and a couple of them were answered by my colleagues. All right. So I see questions specifically about the technical parameters. And okay, I see questions about protocols. Let me see if I have a some slide specifically for this. Yes, I believe I do. I hope you can see it on the screen. So here's a quick summary of the important technical parameters. So for now, SmartICS is running on Windows, right? We're adding Linux with the next release. Here you could see also that the supported database is MS SQL, PostgreSQL, MS SQL Express, and of course the protocols. There was a different question. You could see the list of protocols that are supported by SmartICS. So specifically about protocols, what's important to share with you that that Modbus is the, let's say, the standard pre-installed driver, right? But at the same time, different protocols, as you might see some examples on the screen, these could be linked to the server through the OPC UA server. So in terms of functionality and list of protocols, if we can do it over OPC UA, there are no limitations. Right. So let's see if I see any other question. Anyways, you will have the possibility even to ask questions after the presentation. So for now, since we're running out of time and it's important to keep the deadline, what I would like to tell you about specifically the certificate for attendance for all the participants. My colleagues shared a quick form to fill in order to register and to receive your certificate. So follow please the link in the chat that my colleagues posted for you to register again, and we will make sure that you receive your certificates very soon. On the screen you could see also my contact details, my LinkedIn profile. You could find me on LinkedIn. Here is my my phone number, so you could send questions by email or either WhatsApp if you have any comments, any questions, and of course feedback. Feedback is important to us. So if we're talking about customer satisfaction, we always value partners' satisfaction as well. So of course, any feedback, any comments are more than welcome. And on this note, I'm out of time just by 6 minutes, so it's great. not not so bad. I would like to thank everybody for attending today. I hope it was a very useful session for you and for your colleagues. We will upload the recording on our YouTube platform. You could find us there as well. Simply the channel is SmartICS channel. So we will make sure to send a link for you also to revisit the recording if you had some additional questions about today's presentation. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will join for the next webinars, and thank you again, and stay safe. Thank you very much again for participation.